Hey everybody, I'm coming to you live tonight, November 12th, I believe it is. Told you guys I'd be on here from time to time and I'd drop some of my hunting stories or camping stories, fishing stories. I got one I'd like to share with you guys tonight. It's kind of comical. Um, that's probably, oh Jesus, 10. Yeah, I was probably 10 years old. We used to do a lot of coon hunting. And we had this one coon dog. His name was Spike. Phenomenal coon dog. I mean, the absolute best. Everybody within 6 or 8 states tried to buy this dog. Um, his name was Spike. He was black and tan. Originally, they were bred for bear, um, but we trained him as a coon dog. Well, my dad did. I just came along for the ride later on. Little did I know. Um, but no, we'd take Spike out, and a lot of times, most of the time, we'd get three, four, five coon a night, and those big coon too. I'm talking about big dog coon. Um, and that's back when coon hides paid 35, $40 a piece, and you get a really nice dog coon, big one. It was nothing to get $50 out of it. And back then, that in the '70s, man, that was a lot of money. Um, but anyway, I can remember this one particular night. I think I was about 10. Yeah, I was 10 years old. And Spike was just running down the road, and we'd been on Beach Hill Road and nothing. And we went down East Side Road, Buffalo Road. We never hunted 25C though. We never hunted the highway because the old man was afraid that somebody hit the dog. I mean, it's the major paved road between Warren, Wentworth, Rumney, Plymouth. Um, anyway, we were on. Shit. Oh no, it was Buffalo Road. That was where it was at. It's Buffalo Road. We had just left Beach Hill Road, and we go off the tar and get onto the dirt, and the old man opens the door and tells Spike, hunt him up. And that was Spike's key to get out there and find us a coon. Well, Spike, he was all happy. He was our family pet too. I just need to interject that. He was our family pet. He was a great dog. Us kids, I mean, we loved that dog. He loved us too. He was a great dog for a hound. He was a good dog, but a phenomenal hunter too. And I remember old Spike, the old man, opened up the door. We hunted out of a '68 Buick Special, and the old man had cut the right behind the driver's and passenger seat off and turned it into a pickup. So that was the poor man's pickup back then. We were poor when I was a kid, so we had to make do. Anyway, Dad let him out, and Spike's hunting away, hunting away, hunting away. He's going up the road, just sniffing and sniffing, sniffing, got his nose on the ground like he's supposed to be doing. Well, he only yips real quick and darts off the road onto the right hand side. Well, we hear him, and the way Spike would run if he was running a coon, he would be dead silent until that coon was treed. Man, I don't know what the heck that is. It just shows up every time when I'm doing in the camera. But anyway, screw it. Anyway, maybe I'm just like St. Nicholas, just fat. Anyway, um, he'd run dead silent until he had that coon close, until he was hot on that trail. And then you'd hear him open up. And you know how hound dog is when they get wound up. You can hear them from a long way off, especially when there ain't no damn leaves on the tree. And he opened up. I don't know. He was Jesus. Had to been, I don't know, 3 or 400 yards off the road when he first opened up, and he was moving, so we knew he was chasing something. Um, so we listened, listened, listened. And all of a sudden, he went quiet. Well, I don't know. The old man pulled the Buick Special over there, the makeshift pickup over, pulled it over and shut it off. Left the parking lights on. Every once in a while, he'd pull the headlights on to see if the old dog was coming down the road. Well, we sat there for probably half an hour, and the old man hit the horn. And that was Spike's cue. The horn was that. It was Spike's cue. He'd been trained to come to the horn. Well, the old man hits the horn. Nothing. Waits 15 or 20 minutes later. Hits the horn again. Nothing. Well, about 10 minutes later, he pulls on the headlight. Here comes old Spike trucking down the road. And he's not, and you could tell he was out screwing around. He had a tendency, if he didn't really feel like hunting, he was going to go play. He was going to chase a rabbit or something. That's what he was doing. He was chasing something he wasn't supposed to. Anyway, he used to come trucking down the road. You could tell he knew he was in hot water because he was trucking down the road. He run. I know he was blinded by the headlights when the old man cut him on because he wasn't but about 10 yards from the vehicle when the old man pulled the headlights on. Spike ran right into the damn bumper. He did. Knocked himself stupid. And he tumbled around for a couple of seconds, got his shit together. The old man opened up the door and cussed at him. And Spike got in between him and I and sat down, and I patted him and just to make him feel better. You know, he's a kid. I was a kid, man. So anyway, we go on up the road a little ways. And the old man is steady admonishing. He never beat on Spike. He never kicked him or punched him, or he would just admonish him real strongly, you know. And that's one thing I can say. He cared about that dog. He did care. He cared about that dog, I think he cared more about that Spike than he did us kids. And I'll tell you why I think that anyway. This will lead to that, but I remember we got up the road, I don't know, 2 or 3 more miles, and the old man just steady bitching at Spike about him out screwing around instead of hunting. Well, the old man lets him out, and he says, "Now, you son of a bitch, get out there and hunt him up." Well, Spike's trucking up the road. He's all business now. You could tell his posture was different because the old man was admonishing him, and Spike was just kind of like, "Oh, sorry, Daddy, I didn't mean to do that. I just having some fun." Anyway, he let him out this time. He says, "Now hunt him up, you son of a bitch." And Spike gets out of the vehicle, and he's trucking up the road, and we're just idling along, following him, you know. He all of a sudden he yips or yaps or he barks and he darts off the road to the left hand side. So I knew that body posture with him, I knew that was a raccoon. I don't know, probably 4 or 5 minutes went by and he opened up, and you could tell he was running, but you could tell he was hot on whatever he was chasing. And he got probably 150, 200 yards off the road. And we listening with the windows down on the vehicle, listening, he sounded stationary. So he had treed. We could tell that he treed. Well, we were poor. So we had one flashlight. This is like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. We had one flashlight. Well, the old man jumps out. "Let's go, son." Well, he breaks off down over the damn bank, and right down over this bank on Beach Hill Road, Buffalo. Was it Beach Hill or Buffalo? Jesus Christ! It's been so many years. It's been 45 years. It's been 49 years. Jesus. Yeah, it's been 40. It's been a long time. But he breaks off and takes off. Well, this is a 6'1", 6'2" man with he's got a big stride. I'm a 10-year-old kid. And this son of a gun gets out of the vehicle and he's all about in a dead run. Well, we get down over the bank and it's a bit mucky. It's a little swampy right there. Not bad. Nothing I'm not used to. But the thing is, if you wanted to see where you're going, you had to stay on his heels. Well, he's just in a dead run. I everything I could do to keep up with him. And we step over the stone wall, and we're in a bunch of firs and pines, and he's got low-hanging branches and stuff. He's just ripping right through there, and the branch comes back and whacks me right square in the damn mouth. Well, I almost go ass over tea kettle, but I was tumbled back, and there's some big branch too now. and it busted my lip right there. Anyway, um, by the time I got my act together, well, he's 30, 40 yards ahead of me. Well, I'm like, oh crap, I'm just a kid. Gonna make this even worse. Um, Back 2 years prior to that, I don't know if you guys remember, but it was 1976, I think it was. Maybe it was 74 or 76. Anyway, the movie Grizzly came out. Well, he took the family to one. Now, this wasn't a kid-friendly movie, but he took us, all six of us, to the drive-in to see this movie. I don't know. Maybe he was sadistically thinking I scared the shit out of these kids, and I don't know what he was thinking. But anyway, I'd seen this movie Grizzly a year or two prior, and I never really gave it much thought until that night. I don't know what it was, but um, um, just a feeling of sheer terror come over my body, over me, and it was all I could do to catch up to that man. I mean, I was like the road runner through there. I didn't care what I stumbled on. If I broke a leg, I was going to catch up to the old man because he had the rifle and he had the flashlight. Me, all I had was my two short little legs and damn near a pants full of poo. Anyway, so I'm ripping through the woods, pitch ass black, can't see nothing. All I can see is this little spot of a light in about 20 or 30 yards ahead of me. So he finally makes it to the tree, and I had stayed close enough to where, um, still where I can still see the light. Well, he stops at the tree and he shined the light at the tree, and me, I'm still stumbling through the damn woods in the pitch black, running into vines, get poked in the eye by limbs and twigs and just whatever else is out there. I can't see it. I'm running into. And he gets to the tree. He's looking over the tree, and we either hunted with 3 or 5 cell. You couldn't use a 6 volt. I don't know why the law was like that back then, but you couldn't use a flashlight with a 6 volt battery in it. Don't know why. But that was just the law back then. I do remember that specifically. I don't know why I remember that, but I do. Well, the old man's looking. He can't find him. I said, well, Dad, give me the flashlight. I'll go around the other side and see if I can see him. So he hands me the flashlight. Well, he's standing there with a 22 rifle. We didn't have the shotgun. We had a 22 rifle. And me thinking, well, the old man's got the rifle. I mean, if it was a grizzly and he's coming after us, the old man's got a 22 rifle. He's going to just piss him off. He's gonna be more pissed when he gets to us if you hit him with a 22 slug. He's gonna want to chew a hole in you. Anyway, I go around the other side of the tree, and I'm shining the light. And all of a sudden, I caught an eyeball. Well, this raccoon's probably maybe 60, 70 feet off the ground. He's in a great big oak. And I'm looking. I said, Dad, he's over here. He's over on this side. He's in the crotch. The old man comes around, and he can see one eyeball. He can see one eyeball, which is not an ideal shot. So obviously, one eye is hidden by part of that trunk, that tree. Now the old man, he lines up, takes the shot. You hear the rifle go off. You hear the bullet hit. Well, he didn't hit nowhere near the eyeball. He hit that raccoon in the body, which we found out once he did get him in the head. He got him out. He hit the ground, but he dead. Well, he was moved enough to where you could see both eyes. Well, the old man put the light up next where he could see through the sights on the rifle and put one right between his eyes, dropped him on the ground. Well, guess who had the luxury of carrying the coon out? This is a big dog coon. I mean, this thing weighed 30 pounds. Every bit of 30 pounds. So he's walking through the woods. I holler, did you wait up? I can't see, Dad. He stops for a second, shines the light for about, I don't know, maybe 1 second. He turns around, he keeps walking. I gave up at that point. Here I'm dragging this 30-pound dog coon through the woods thinking about thinking the whole time is grizzly gonna come out of nowhere and chew a hole in my ass. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. It was just, I think back on it, it's funny today, but at the time it wasn't funny. I was scared. I mean, I was just a kid, man, and I'd seen that movie Grizzly. I was scared. Uh, but yeah, I just figured I'd share that with you guys. I don't know if this video will ever get seen, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, I mean, if you give me a like and a share, I mean, help me promote the channel, get it going. If you see this and you like my story, I got a bunch more of them. They're even crazier. Yeah, but like and share my YouTube channel here and help me get this up and running. I really would appreciate it if you guys would do that for me. Anyway, you guys take care of yourselves, and if you've got a story, don't hesitate to send it to tellyourstory@mail.com. Send me your story, and let me see if is it tell your story or share your story. Let me see what it is. I don't use Google Mail for this account. Um, just because I don't. It's I think it's tell your story at mail. Yeah, it's tell your story at mail.com. Just send it there to tell your story at mail.com. I'll download it. If you don't want me to use your name, I won't use your name. You can share your hunt stories, your fish stories, your trapping stories, your camping stories, hiking stories, even your Sasquatch stories. I've got one of those. That's a humdinger. And I was homesteading a piece of property back in the early '90s when this happened, and it's got a pucker factor of 20 out of 10 on that. I'll share that one at some point with you guys. If you get some followers here, and I will share that one. I might even do that one live because that's a pretty harrowing story. As a grown man, that was a lot to take in. But anyway, if you like my little raccoon hunt story there, give me a like and a share. Help me promote the channel, and I'll see you guys later. Take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you. Bye.